Hi, welcome to Jackswantv9, or is it 8, I can't remember. We just drew with Chelsea. 1-1. What a game. Epic adventure if you ask me. Anyway, here we are, usual suspects. Let's talk about it. Don't forget, Jackswantv9's available in all good retailers. Priced free. Thank you, Matty.
I got deep down.
I think he was playing. I was quite enjoying that.
I was quite happy listening to that.
I think I've got better things to say.
It's
got better things to say.
Available in all good record stores, and they're well worth a chance to see live.
What a game. First thing I want to deal with is the complaints we've had about the lack of our turning up at games. We would turn up at games, but today it was £45 a ticket. Would you have paid that today?
Well, if I had a ticket, possibly. Yeah,
I probably would. I wouldn't, no.
To all the haters, if we got a ticket, we'd go, but we haven't got a ticket.
See, I think there's a big difference between supporter and fan.
Alright.
Yeah, a supporter supports the club during the tough times.
I concur.
Yeah, you know, when we were struggling, I was chipping in Leon Britton's wages, I paid his wages when the club wouldn't.
And grateful fucking pays a pint of the
Not all of it, I mean, I've never been that wealthy. No, you know, he's a sellout. They don't need my money anymore. They got bloody £90 million off Sky. They don't need my money anymore. They need my. They don't need me at all, do they?
They don't need any of us.
When we're in dark times again, which will happen, which we shouldn't really be talking about now because we've had a great point.
Against the European champions.
It's the likes of us that will pay Ben Davis's wages in 8 years' time when we're back in the bottom league.
I completely agree, personally. And as you say, you know,
and those plastics
we've
that went today that weren't there in 4, 5, 6 years' times. Exactly. You'll be supporting Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, like you always have.
Completely right. We've all been there. We've been watching the Swans, a £5 a ticket or whatever, and we've done the Vetch for years. Done the Liberty. You know, I think £45 is personally too much. And I think, as you say, I think you should have a system. If you've had season tickets or you whatever, you've been there before, then you should get it at a cheaper rate, and then those that have never been before should.
If it was a 60,000 stadium and it was £15 a ticket, then it's a different ballgame.
Yeah, totally.
What about a 10-year season ticket? If they did that, how many of these plastics would be willing to sign up?
But what if you don't think you're going to make 10 years? Do you have to pay them once? Or
if you're going to time. I don't mean one in a lump sum. A direct debit 10 years season ticket.
Someone at the door. What was this? Ooh. Oh, look.
We've got a home for this.
That'd be great. Very kind.
This is the first prize in the winning competition. There we are.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
That was the original Swan. That was who Swansea's named after. Some people say something else, but we believe the story.
Yeah, fantastic. Great. Well, talking about today's game, thank you for that, boys. Good, enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy the second half, I got to tell you. I was on edge. I thought we'd blown it, and in the end, when we came up with the goal, made all the difference. I don't know what you guys think, but
I thought that we just about deserved a point. I think we won all of them last season, but I thought today was two far better sides than the game last season. My personal opinion. I thought that Chelsea, for me, looked like champions. I got to say, City looked like champions last week when they played poorly and beat us. United beat Arsenal today and looked like champions, but Chelsea look a lot better than they did last season, and we gave them a run for their money. We deserved a point.
I think Chelsea looked a lot better than City, personally.
Obviously
only based on 2 games that we played on them, but I certainly think that Chelsea, City, I thought were lucky to win the game and probably would have been lucky to get a point, whereas we were probably lucky to get a point, but to an extent deserved a point. I think Chelsea looked a lot better than City.
The quality of the game from both sides was far superior to last season.
Don't forget, we were home, and in the first half I think we edged it.
Yeah, I agree.
But in the second half I think it was a bit
poor goal. It's a shame to concede when you defend so well against the likes of because they've a good. I got to say they're a good side. They look really good. The 3 they got in the middle. And the wide men and Torres, they look good going forward. It was a shame to concede a goal from a set piece, but then they're good at set pieces as well. You know, they got Ivanovic, they got Cahill. You know, they're a good side there.
Looking at the statistics from the last game, Man City, and somebody said that the Guzman ran 7 miles in a game. It was the longest game, which was a crap question I asked you last week.
In fact, I don't think he ran that long when Richard was on the floor, when Vaughan was on the floor. I didn't see him doing laps. He didn't run for the full 120 minutes.
What it goes to show is the work rate. The work rate Leon put in today, Leon Britton.
I thought he was the best.
Oh my word. All of them that meet you with...
First half, Leon was immense. You know, and he came off, he picked up a booking, which he shouldn't have. And I don't know if we're going to touch on that, because say he came off the substitutions, by Laudrup. Brave and outstanding.
Laudrup we trust.
Oh, I tell you. You asked me 3 weeks ago, I wasn't sure of the direction of the club. I thought we were going backwards. I thought that we didn't really know what we were doing. Today, and this are the substitutions, to take Mitchell off, I don't think he picked up an injury. I don't know. Yeah, no, it was brilliant to take Leon off when he did, and to go to the more attacking formation. Take Routledge off, who's been our best player. It didn't really come off Routledge today. And Dyer, although people get on his back, people get those bits back really quickly. People have been on Dyer's back. Dyer looked. Do you see him when he ran? At one point, we had a breakaway. You might not have seen it if you paid £45 for a ticket. But at one point, it looked like the rest of the field had been slowed down. There was a break on. He looked like he was running the 100-metre sprint when everybody else were doing the marathon. I thought his substitutions were outstanding.
I think you've got to hand it to Laudrup. Like I say, I mean, first of all, obviously substitutions are brilliant, but second of all, I mean, the players that he seems to have brought in, like people like Hernandez and whatever, they seem to really be settling now. Like you look at the three midfielders, Key, Michu, Key, De Guzman and Britton. You know, like Britton and Key, I think do a lot of things that you don't notice, if you know what I mean. They're fantastic. Similar to Alan in an extent, they do things which, you know, they come off the pitch and you don't realise how good they've been until you play it back. And I think Key and De Guzman in particular have been, you speak to people and it's quite a split opinions. You know, some people think they're brilliant, some people don't. And I think certainly, to be honest, in the last 2, 3, 4 games, I think Key and De Guzman look really impressive. And I think they'll start scoring a few goals now.
I'll go on a limb here, we're talking about Leon Britton, 403 matches. I've seen most of them, by a long way. For me, that was his best.
Wow.
For me, that was Leon Britton's best match. I thought.
And he gets taken off.
Absolutely phenomenal. And he got taken off. Exactly. No, that's
not. I don't think it's.
He was phenomenal. He was absolutely outstanding.
And
he just. You know, sometimes in a game the ball just falls at your feet. You know, and I tell you what, if any Chelsea people are watching this game today, he reminded me a lot of McAlealy. He doesn't. He doesn't mark players at times, he marks space.
Yeah.
And he was in the space, and time after time the ball was at his feet and he was in the right place. The ball was, if he wasn't where he was at the moment, it was where the ball went. You know, and he was absolutely outstanding tonight.
And I think Laudrup has installed this method of tackling back, not a tackle from behind it, a tackle back. And if you look at the match today, there's about 4 or 5 tackles where they just pick the ball back up and sort of pick the pocket. The Chelsea players are thinking they had more time. They didn't.
I know.
Laudrup has just said, you get it, this is how you play football.
Mitchell seems to be brilliant at that. Mitchell seems to be able to...
They did it to Joe Allen in the week, and today...
It seems a few of the foreign players actually seem to suit that, which I don't know why, but...
we boys, we've got to disagree about something.
I personally would rather take Mitchell home over Chico.
Guzman's got to come in there. He's got to be worth a shout, Matty.
Aye.
Depends.
Say that, Mitchell today would have settled into the side. He would have been an absolute...
As we're talking, so Monk tonight was... outstanding again, you know.
Never lets us say
all those haters,
never lets us say no. People don't know what they're talking about.
Monk was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Do you have any messages, or have you had any messages?
Yes.
Would you like to show any pictures or anything?
I'll this question first of all specifically for Matty.
Alright,
Matty, If you were to be a girl,
Yep.
yeah, and you were to have long legs,
Yeah.
yeah, who would you want to sit on?
Who's that from?
This is from Gareth Hawkins from Act 12.
If I was a girl and I had long legs, who would I want to sit on? Length, because he's tall as well, and then I feel like I can beat him up.
Okay, and this is one for Spencer.
I thought this was a football question.
If you had the wings of the sparrow,
Yes.
and you had the arse of a cow,
Yes.
what would you do?
Dad shit on Cardiff tomorrow. Thank you for watching Jackswantv9. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, if anybody wants to sponsor the magazine, feel free. We do good deals, and get your book. If you've got an autobiography you want to read or write or whatever, get shown off.
I've actually got something I'd like to.
And once again, thank you Planet Swans, because you've always been there. I don't know,
Let's have a look at this photograph first.
we set the Planet Swans thread on this morning. I don't know, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But this is my Mocktober.
Oh, very nice. Look at that. Grow your own.
You wouldn't take him home to your parents, would you?
Bye.